Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're zeroing in on Tesla, Inc., the American automotive and clean energy company, headquartered down in Austin, Texas now.
That's right. It started life as Tesla Motors back in July 2003, founded by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning.
And the name, of course, a nod to Nikola Tesla.
Absolutely. A sign of their ambitions right from the start.
So our mission today, we're diving into the information available, mainly drawing from Tesla's Wikipedia page to really pull out the key stuff.
Yeah, we want to cover the history, the products, the business side, controversies, basically get you up to speed on where Tesla stands as of, say, April 2025.
Exactly. Consider this your essential briefing on Tesla.
So starting at the beginning,
Yeah.
2003, Tesla Motors is incorporated. That name choice itself was interesting.
Signaling electric focus from day one.
Precisely. Way beyond just another car company.
And then Elon Musk enters the picture. He led that first funding round in February 2004, right? Became chairman.
He did. And then CEO in 2008. His involvement was, well, obviously transformative.
No kidding. Shaped the whole company.
Definitely. And the first car out the gate was the Roadster. Production kicked off in 2008.
And interestingly, in an old Chevy dealership in Menlo Park.
Yeah, that contrast is pretty striking, isn't it? Old auto meets new tech.
It really is. By early 2009, they'd raised, $187 million? And delivered almost 150 cars.
And Musk himself put in $70 million of his own money early on.
Shows real belief.
Serious commitment. And they got government backing too, right? The Department of Energy loan.
Yeah. June 2009, $465 million approved. That was absolutely vital for scaling up, especially for the Model S development.
And they paid it back. May 2013 plus interest. You don't always see that happen.
True. It showed some fiscal discipline there.
Okay, so let's talk about that next big phase, the IPO, and really starting to expand.
Right. This was a major turning point. Buying the NUMI plant in Fremont from Toyota in May 2010.
For just $42 million. Seems like a steal now.
It really does. Gave them massive manufacturing capacity. Then the IPO on NASDAQ Q, June 2010. Raised $226 million. That fueled the growth. And it was historically significant, too.
Yeah, first American car company IPO since Ford way back in 1956. Big deal.
Definitely. And then the car started rolling out faster. Model S in 2012.
Followed by the Model X in 2015. Remember the hype? Like 25,000 pre-orders, they said.
Wow. Then the big push for the mainstream. Model 3 in 2017, Model Y in 2020.
And more recently, the semi-truck in 2022, and the Cybertruck finally landing in November 2023.
That first Roadster was phased out back in 2012, though?
Right. But this sequence, it perfectly shows that early strategy, doesn't it?
You mean start high-end, low volume?
Exactly. Use the Roadster profits and tech learnings to fund the S and X, which then help pay for the 3 and Y, bring the costs down over time.
Makes sense. And they're not stopping. A new Roadster supposedly coming in 2025.
That's the plan. And looking further out, the Cybercab for 2026 and this Robovan concept. No date on that one yet.
So clearly thinking beyond just selling cars people own themselves.
Oh yeah, Cybercab, Robovan. That points towards shared mobility, maybe logistics, a much broader transport vision.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Around 2016, 2017, there was the SolarCity deal and the name change. Big pivot.
Huge. Acquired SolarCity, November 2016, all stock deal, about $2.6 billion.
Then February 2017, Tesla Motors becomes Tesla, Inc., creates Tesla Energy.
Signifying that wider scope. But that SolarCity acquisition, it wasn't smooth selling.
No, it was controversial, wasn't it? Concerns about SolarCity's finances.
Exactly. Reports suggested SolarCity was, let's say, struggling with liquidity. Questions were raised about due diligence, whether shareholders really knew the situation.
Led to lawsuits later, which we'll get to.
Right.
So moving from just cars to energy solutions, let's tick off the actual products and services now. Obviously, the cars. S, X3Y, Semi, Cybertruck currently.
Plus the planned ones, Roadster 2, Cybercab, Robovan, and the original Roadster as the Trailblazer.
And their approach to maintenance is different too. Since early 2019, no mandatory annual service.
Right. They shifted to just recommending checks for brake fluid, AC, tires, filters when needed. Different from the usual dealer model.
Very different. And crucial. The supercharger network.
Oh, absolutely. Those DC fast chargers are a massive advantage. Really tackles range anxiety.
Built their own ecosystem.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Made EV ownership much more practical, especially early on.
And the energy side keeps growing. Powerwall for homes, Megapack for utilities.
Fits right into the clean energy mission.
Yeah.
Powerwall gives homeowners backup and energy management. Megapack helps stabilize the grid with large-scale storage.
Supporting renewables.
Exactly. And then there's solar panels and the solar roof shingles. made in Gigafactory, New York.
They even have Tesla Glass, making the roof glass for the Model 3 and those shingles. That's a lot of integration.
That's classic Tesla, isn't it? Vertical integration. Controlling design and production of key parts, from batteries right down to the glass, gives them control over quality, cost, innovation speed too, arguably.
Okay, so we've got the history, the products. Let's dig into the business strategy and how they actually build this stuff. We touched on the Start Premium strategy earlier.
Yeah, Roadster Miasis X-Nice 3Y seems like it largely worked to bring down battery costs and scale up.
The Roadster wasn't just a car, it was a proof of concept and a fundraiser, really.
Absolutely. Funded the next steps.
And they don't really do model years like other car companies, do they? It's more continuous updates.
Right. Constant hardware tweaks and improvements being rolled out, not just waiting for a specific new model launch.
Which is interesting. Keeps things fresh, but maybe complicates things sometimes, too.
Could do, but it lets them innovate faster, fix things quicker. It's a different philosophy.
And the scale. The gigafactories. Fremont, California, the old NUMMI place, opened 2010, making SX3Y huge workforce, 22,000 people.
Massive. Fremont was key to getting volume production going, especially for the Model S early on.
Then Giga Nevada opened 2016, batteries, Powerwall, semi-production, though maybe some staff reductions coming there.
That's been reported. Nevada was crucial for batteries, especially the partnership with Panasonic.
Right. And Giga New York, 2017, solar roof. Superchargers. Panasonic pulled out of the solar cell JV there, though.
Yeah, that Panasonic relationship has evolved. They were vital early on for batteries, but Tesla seems to be diversifying suppliers now, maybe bringing more in-house too. The solar cell thing ending fits that pattern.
And the global expansion is huge. Giga Shanghai in China, Model 3Y, superchargers. Giga Berlin in Germany, Model Y.
Giga Texas and Austin Model Y, Cybertruck, and that's the new HQ too.
Right. Engineering HQ moved from Palo Alto Feb 2025. Corporate HQ officially moved June 2024. Plus the mega factory in Lathrop, California, just for megapacks.
It's a global manufacturing network. Lets them build closer to major markets, cut shipping, navigate tariffs.
It's somewhat.
Somewhat, yeah. Because of the planned Giga Mexico near Monterrey, that seems to be on hold.
Looks like it, yeah. Reports point to concerns about potential U.S. tariffs impacting vehicles built there. Shows how global politics hits these plans. Definitely. Now, how they build... Lots of robotics, obviously, but they apparently pulled back on some next-gen gigacasting plans.
Yeah, that was reported May 2024. They were aiming to cast huge single pieces of the car body. Super ambitious.
Reduces parts count, simplifies assembly.
Exactly. But sounds like they're sticking with a three-piece underbody casting for now. Maybe prioritizing stability as they ramp up existing models?
Makes sense. And batteries. It's not just one type, is it? They use cylindrical cells, like from Panasonic.
Right. The traditional partner, though, they're using less exclusively now, but they also use prismatic cells.
Specifically, LFP lithium iron phosphate from CATL in China.
Correct. For some Model 3Y versions and the Megapack, LFP is cheaper, it doesn't need cobalt or nickel, which is a big plus for supply chains and ethics.
But less energy dense, right? So maybe slightly less range.
That's the trade-off. But as of April 2022, reportedly almost half their production used prismatic cells. So LFP is a major part of the strategy now, diversification.
And the motors. Mix of types there, too.
Yeah. Induction motors, older design, proven tech in the SX rear, 3Y front, original Roadster.
Okay.
But also these internal permanent magnet motors, IPMs, with synchronous reluctance characteristics, used in the 3Y rear and help boost the Model S range. More advanced, more efficient.
So optimizing the powertrain depending on the car and where the motor is?
Pretty much. Always tweaking for performance and efficiency.
All right, let's tackle the elephant in the room. Autonomous driving. Autopilot and full self-driving. Musk has been predicting level 5 for a while now.
Yeah. Since about 2013, he's repeatedly said full autonomy was, 1 to 3 years away.
Yeah.
Most recently predicting end of 2023. Still waiting on that level 5.
Highlights how incredibly hard it actually is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The predictions haven't matched the reality, leading to a lot of scrutiny.
They started with Mobileye for autopilot tech, right? But that ended.
Yeah, partnership ended July 2016. Disagreements, apparently. Since then, it's all been in-house development.
And Tesla often points to their data showing autopilot is safer than humans.
They do. Their Q4 2023 numbers suggested one crash per, 5.39 million miles with autopilot on, versus 1 per million miles without.
But how does that compare overall?
Well, the U.S. average in 2022 was about one crash per 670,000 miles. So Tesla numbers look good, but you have to consider when people use autopilot. Mostly highways, less complex situations.
Right, not directly comparable to all driving conditions.
Needs context. And there's been no shortage of controversy.
Yeah.
NHTSA investigations into crashes involving autopilot.
The whole full self-driving beta being tested on public roads?
Yeah, critics call that irresponsible. And the phantom braking issue keeps cropping up.
Cars braking suddenly for no reason. That sounds not great.
Definitely not. It's a persistent concern, and it's had legal consequences too.
Like in Germany.
Exactly. February 2025, a German court basically called autopilot defective for normal use because of that phantom braking problem. That's significant.
Wow. And recalls too.
Yep. December 2023, nearly all U.S. Teslas were called for a software fix to better monitor drivers using autopilot.
Making sure drivers are still paying attention.
Right. And an earlier recall, Feb 2023, over 360,000 vehicles for FSD beta issues. Regulatory pressure is definitely building.
But the long-term goal is still there, right?
Ah.
The Tesla network ride-hailing service.
Oh, yeah. Using the Cybercab and Hobovan. They showed concepts for those in October 2024. Full autonomy is still central to the master plan, despite the hurdles.
Contingent on actually achieving it reliably, of course.
Of course. That's the multi-billion-dollar question.
Okay, now, the controversies and legal issues. There's quite a list. Up to April 2025. Let's try to unpack some of this. Politics first.
Yeah, seems unavoidable lately. Musk's political comments, his ties to Trump, the Department of Government Efficiency, reports suggest this correlated with Tesla's image taking a hit in Europe.
Leading to stock price and sales drops by Feb 2025.
That's what was reported. And those worldwide protests against Tesla on March 29th, over 200 of them, shows a real level of public concern or opposition tied to these political factors.
It's not just politics, though. Labor issues have been persistent. Musk's opposition to unions is well known.
Right. Union drives in Fremont and New York haven't succeeded. In Germany, they have works councils in Berlin and Tesla Automation, but no collective bargaining agreements like you see elsewhere in German industry.
And that strike in Sweden?
Still ongoing since October 2023. Mechanics strike, longest in Sweden since the 1930s. With solidarity strikes popping up in other Nordic countries, that's a serious, entrenched dispute.
Seems like a clash of cultures there, maybe. U.S. tech versus European labor models.
Could be part of it. Definitely a major challenge for them in that region.
Then there's accidents, repairs, safety violations. Quite a list here. Recalls for brakes, steering, suspension, touchscreens, windows, FSD.
Ongoing NHTSA probes into crashes. OSHA violations at Fremont reportedly way higher than other big U.S. plants back in 2019.
The phantom braking we mentioned. And a lawsuit in 2025 about exaggerated odometer readings.
Yeah, that's another one. It's a lot of smoke around safety and reliability.
And even fraud allegations have surfaced over the years. Concerns about financial reporting, cap, cash flow, receivables, warranty money set aside.
SEC looking into things. Remember David Einhorn, the hedge fund guy, accusing Musk of significant fraud in 2019?
Vaguely, yeah. And the ZEV credit thing for battery swapping, that never happened.
Right. Plus the lawsuit over the Solar City deal. Musk won that personally, but the board settled parts of it. Lots of financial scrutiny.
They've also been protective of their tech, suing former employees over stolen info like autopilot code.
Understandable for a tech company. Protecting IP is crucial.
And what about that huge pay package for Musk, the $56 billion one?
Rejected by the Delaware court December 2024. Big news. There's that separate settlement where board members had to return $735 million related to stock options in July 2023. Governance issues definitely get attention.
Even environmental stuff, EPA fines.
Yeah, fines and issues with the Bay Area Air Quality District over hazardous waste and air quality at Fremont seemed to flare up during the Model 3 production ramp-up. Fast growth constrained compliance.
And those Tesla takedown protests in Feb 2025 specifically targeted Musk's government role.
Yeah, shows how the CEO's activities outside the company can directly trigger backlash against the company itself. The lines get blurred.
Interesting contrast. In China, Tesla has been suing critics, owners, bloggers, media for defamation over quality complaints. And winning.
Reportedly won 11 cases by Feb 2025. Shows a very different approach to managing criticism in that market compared to, say, the US or Europe.
And just the general criticism about delays, Musk promising timelines that then slip, that's been a constant theme.
Almost part of the brand identity at this point, hasn't it? Ambitious goals often mean delays.
Okay, and finally, under controversies, the actual vehicle issues. Recalls we listed, NHTSA looking into battery fires, and the really serious ones, fatal crashes involving autopilot.
Those are the most critical, obviously. Require intense focus on safety, transparency, and working with regulators.
Plus newer things like privacy concerns from the car's data collection and right to repair lawsuits.
Yeah, class action on privacy in April 2023. And antitrust suits filed March 2023, claiming Tesla monopolizes parts and repairs. Some of those claims are moving forward. These are bigger consumer rights issues emerging as the company matures.
Wow. Okay, that's a lot to digest on the controversy front. But despite all that, how are they actually doing in the market? Sales.
Remarkably well, actually. World's best-selling battery EV maker in 2023. Almost 20% market share globally.
Nearly 1 in 5 EVs sold worldwide was a Tesla.
Pretty much. 1.8 million deliveries in 2023, up 38% from 2022. Yet there's 6 millionth car produced in March 2024.
And they've been trading the top EV shipment spot with BYD, right? But Tesla was back on top in Q1 2024.
Yeah, it's competitive, especially with BYD's strength in China and other markets, but Tesla regained the lead recently. Shows they're still a powerhouse.
Top markets are still US and China, both huge numbers in 2023.
Over 600,000 each. Then places like Germany, France, Canada are important too.
And they've benefited hugely from government EV incentives over the years, right?
Yeah.
Billions in regulatory credits.
Definitely. Though that landscape is shifting. Canada suspended rebates for Tesla in March 2025 due to U.S. tariff issues.
Interesting dynamic. Musk says he's against subsidies, but will take them if offered.
Pragmatic, I suppose. You don't leave money on the table if your competitors are taking it.
Let's touch quickly on leadership and governance. CEOs, Eberhard, then Drury, then Musk since late 2008.
And board chairs. Musk until 2018, then Robin Denholm took over after SEC pressure related to Musk's tweets.
There's been criticism about board independence for years.
Yes. Investor pressure led to additions like Kathleen Wilson-Thompson, Larry Ellison for a while. Former CTO J.B. Straubel joined the board in 2023. It's been an ongoing point of focus.
And partnerships. They worked with Daimler and Toyota early on.
Investments and tech collaborations, yeah. Smart EV, Mercedes B-Class EV, RA4 EV, those ended by 2014, 2017.
The Panasonic battery partnership at Giga Nevada has been central, though evolving.
Absolutely. Now they have deals with Tata Electronics for chips, Piedmont Lithium, Northern Minerals for lithium, diversifying the supply chain.
And the Mobileye Autopilot partnership ended years ago.
Right. But a huge recent development is other automakers adopting Tesla's charging plug NACS.
Yeah, Ford, GM, Rivian, others. Planning adapters by 2025. Toyota signed up, too, for NACS and supercharger access.
That's massive.
Yeah.
It basically positions Tesla's standard to become the standard for North America.
Yeah.
Huge win for their charging network strategy.
So wrapping this all up, it's quite a picture. Incredible growth, innovation in cars and energy, huge ambitions for autonomy.
But also just a constant stream of challenges. Controversies around leadership, labor, safety, politics, finances. It's never dull.
Definitely not. They're navigating this really complex landscape, technology shifts, market competition, regulatory hurdles, public opinion.
And how well they handle that mix, the tech breakthroughs versus the regulatory headwinds versus consumer sentiment that's going to shape their future, isn't it? Ooh.
Absolutely. Which leads to a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. Given everything we've discussed, the pressures in Europe, the debates over self-driving safety, the labor issues, what do you think will be the single biggest factor determining Tesla's success over the next 5 years?
Will it be purely their tech innovation continuing? Or will shifting public perception or maybe increasing regulatory burdens play a bigger role? Or could it be something else entirely we haven't foreseen?
Lots to consider there. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Tesla.